Okay, well, welcome guys to our stretch flow. Now, stretching is a great way to relieve stress, to break that momentum of thought if it's thoughts you don't want to think, and also just to kind of relax. So we're going to go through this stress flow, have fun with it. If there are modifications that you need to make, just make them. I will actually show you some modifications in the bottom right corner for some kind of the stretches that might be a little bit too hard for some people. Again, just have fun with this. Now, I'm not going to talk through the whole thing because I want you to kind of relax, but I will give you cues as we start going. So the first thing, we're going to start either kind of like a martial arts. We're on our heels, sitting like this. If that's uncomfortable, you can be crisscross applesauce as well. What we're going to do is sit up tall, so shoulders back. We're going to take in deep 3 breaths. So we're going to deep breathe in. We're going to hold it and just come out. That already felt good. Ready? 2 more. Now while I'm doing this, I'm setting my intention to have a good session and positive energy. All right, so let's get started. So we are going to be starting with a cobra. So we're going to come down, bring our feet out, and just lower our body. We're going to come in here. Now again, still breathing through the whole thing. In and out. Make it your own. Do what feels good for you. Now from here, what we're going to do is come into a high plank. So if you can't do a high plank, you can stay on your knees. We're going to come up, try to squeeze, engage that core. And now I feel it in my shoulders. I feel my tippy toes over here. If you want to rock a little bit, you can. Remember, there's no set pattern. There's only what feels good. Now, when we're here, we're going to go to our downward dog. So we're just going to push back. So you're feeling that in your calves, in your hamstrings. Let your head dip down. Still breathing. So we're going to come back to that high plank. So if you can't do it like this, just come to your knees. No big deal, okay? Now we're going to lower down. So you can either do a push-up or just go into your cobra. So I'll do the push-up. And then I'm going to drop. And again, so I wanted to make this environment for me even more fun. So I have my Christmas tree over there. Because why not? It's more fun. Right? So when we talk about the sleep and getting your bedroom the way you like it, so it calms you down when you go to it, it's the same thing. I just wanted to add some fun to my little flow over here, so I have my Christmas tree. All right, let's come back to that high plank. Still breathing. Push back to that downward dog. Okay, we're going to come back to our high plank. So now what we're going to do is just take my heels and just dip them. So kind of like a hip dip. So you can hear my body crack. When my body cracks, it's okay. It's just me knowing my body's getting ready for movement. Okay, let's go back to that downward dog. I'm going to reset a little bit. Go into our high plank. Maybe 1 or 2 push-ups. So we got 1, 2. Now I'm starting to feel that blood flow, which is good. Okay, toes cracking. Thoughts are getting more positive. Again, you can clear your mind. You don't have to think anything particular. This is just your time to unwind. Okay, pop up. high plank, downward dog. We're gonna lift one leg. So we're gonna take one leg up, just kind of lift it. Use that hip, that glute muscle. We're gonna switch. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the first one. And we're gonna bring it in for our pigeon. So I'm gonna come across my body, just like this. Now don't worry if you can't do this, I'm gonna show you an alternative for this. Okay. We're gonna come down. So we're gonna hold this position for about a minute. So when I'm like this on my pigeon, I'm really stretching that piriformis muscle, one of the main muscles that causes lower back pain. So now if I need to go lower, I can. Now if you like a little trick, I can go to the outside. Come up and go to the inside. Okay, so now I'm going to come up, bring my leg back, push it up just a little bit, and now I'm going to switch to the other side. So I'm going to come in here, bring my other leg up, so I can really feel my calf stretching in that right, and then bringing it into my pigeon. Okay, it's right in front, and come down. And you can see when I'm doing the transitions from stretch and movement, it's slow. It's not going to be rapid over here. This is a different kind of exercise. So when you have your components of fitness, of health, you're going to have muscular strength, endurance, flexibility, body composition. And also that cardiovascular health. Okay, so if we want to come over here, I can come to the outside. Still breathing. Now let's go over here. Now again, don't be too worried if you do a minute over here, a minute and 20 seconds over there. It's about the movement. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. When you do exercise, body work, lifting weights, yeah, you want it to be symmetrical. But if you do a couple extra reps at one side, you're not going to be lopsided. I would much rather you just do the movement and have fun with it. Okay, so let's come up here. I'm cracking my toes a little bit. All right, so we're going to step forward for a lizard. So one leg's going to be back, foot is up to the outside of my pinky, my hands are down, my lizard hands, and my chest is up. This is important to really get that mobility in that spine. Again, I will give you a different one if this is too challenging. You can always work up to it. I'm going to switch sides. I'm a proud lizard. I'm looking up versus being a sad lizard looking down. This whole course is to increase your happiness. So be proud, be bold, be fierce. Okay, step it again. I feel like we're connecting right now. I'm staring right at you. And it's always good to smile. Don't let anybody ever tell you not to smile. Okay, coming back to that high plank. Now, what we're going to do from here is we're going to just rock forward a little bit and then come back. Just a little bit of flow. So you should feel kind of the weight transfer. Now, if you wanted to go into a full dog, you can. Just you'll kind of feel your breathing get a little bit more labored. Okay, so now for this one, we're going to step to the top. So I'm going to bend forward as much as I can. If I can't touch the ground, that's fine. And I'm just going to come up about halfway. Okay, so just firing that lower back, kind of coming in, just hanging. Come back down. Now this time I'm going to start raising my arms and using my arms. Eyes are straight. There we go. So once I'm here, you can take a breath. And if you're able to, just lean it back. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it. We're going to come forward, go all the way down, going slow. My head, see how my head's kind of dipping? Arms up. Really feeling those muscles. And down. You see how it's controlled? As I feel better, I might go a little bit faster, but I still want it to be controlled. One last time. And coming down. Okay, so I'm going to put my hands down. Now, if my hands can't reach, bend your knees with your butt back. Okay, step back. 1, 2. Now I'm going to come right to my knees. 1, 2. If this is the way I started my flow, I'm going to end like this. If you want to go to your crisscross here, it's up to you. I'm going to stay here for you. So that's going to complete our flow. Again, you could repeat this, do it again, make it about a 24, 25 minute flow. But now we're understanding how important that stretching is. Shoulders back. We're going to take those 3 deep breaths one last time. Now we're going to set our intention for the rest of the day. Okay? One more. So thank you guys for doing our flow episode 1. I look forward to working with you on other videos and other courses.